Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. Hello there, Connor. Hello there, Bard. Hello there, G-Man. Good to have you guys in here. We'll get going in literally now, then, actually. I don't have a tremendous amount of well, not a tremendous amount of time. I will be doing a slithering stream of Armored Brigade in about an hour and 16 minutes. So we've got some time here. I thought I'd get the replay in from Admiral Deadman. Looking forward to seeing it. And ideally we get to analyze it and consider what to do next then in that time. Yeah, burn down my house and your rifle. Oh, what? I'm gonna have to read what that one was there actually, because that was actually pretty great. Burn down my house and wife something something. We'll check that later. There's a bold name. A bold name from a bold man. Can't comment on the actual amount of hair he does have actually though. Okay, so we're moving from the 22nd of January to the 23rd of January. As far as I'm aware, we don't have any immediate threats. Treasury Island. Not to be confused with Treasure Island. Now, the activity over here at Port Moresby is interesting. We did see something suggesting tanker. Well, it was alluded to it being a tanker. Whether or not it actually was a tanker is another consideration there completely. But he's definitely moving or doing something at Port Moresby, which is interesting. So I do have my torpedo boats moving in here to encounter the enemy. Or not. There's a lot of submarines out there, holy moly. And of course, I have some cruiser minelayers moving into Mersing, and they are just destined to be hit. Oh well, if it survives, it can be going. I can go into the pod there, Mercer, and can have it moved to Singapore there. That's incredible. Damage to the engines there. I just can't believe every bloody time I have like a cruiser miner and he just hits it with a submarine. It really is getting quite annoying. Oh well. I know! Every single time. Was it 2 torpedoes? It looked like only 1. I might have missed that actually. Oh, we actually do finally hit the sub there with actual depth charge though. That's pretty fantastic. Well, if it costs him the sub then that's not too bad. If it survives, we can actually have it repaired. Did they? They should be on a normal setting. They should be on absolute in all honesty. I don't know why they're not engaging. Pretty strange. Oh, 2 torpedoes. You were right there. I missed that. Well, that sucks. So she's probably going to go down. She goes down. That sucks. She wasn't the largest, but it's still rather annoying. Yeah, he's really good at hitting my cruiser mine layers. Really annoying. We did get an actual depth charge penetration on the sub though, so at least that's something. Yes, the good news is it's going to have to move through the area. Which is a little bit harder than it was previously for it. We'll be landed over here in Java shortly as well, so ideally we'll be able to take away his ability to move a damaged submarine. If we pick up on the actual whereabouts of it, we can actually try and chase it down. Yeah, his subs are annoying. So we make it through the night phase, we encounter the enemy over here, so we do find what looks to be very small AKL. Allied Naval Forces surprise, okay, speed this up. Shells should be enough, but they're launching torpedoes because they're like that. And they don't actually hit with any of the torpedoes. Oh, it's a small AP there, actually, that's not too bad. We do encounter another one over here then. That is an AKL. Well, you're saying that, even if it's crappy, it's still an AP, and they still come in handy. Oh, we do find the last one. Ideally, we do have the ammunition here, and it looks like we do, so that's quite nice. We can return then, and heavy damage there, but I don't imagine she'll make it, as she withdraws over here to Sunnybank. I may have to send a ship out there to give them that endurance, but I think it's worthwhile actually having hit those ships there while they were in the area. They're moving through there. Right, okay, so they're moving through to Oosthaven, so that was the patrol boat. We do have 2 light cruisers in here, we do have some patrol craft in here, and we do have plenty of PBs. Yes, it's a harbour defense motor launch. Keeps opening up there. Yeah, there we go. She takes a 14 centimeter shell, and she goes down. So, that was nice. Yeah, you can see we had a decent amount of PBs and PCs, and obviously the light cruisers in there. Hey, did I have Vulcan? Oh, we found you! Yes! Yes! Take it! That is very nice there. So we do have Halo. Combat evolved. There we go. She takes a torpedo on fire, heavy damage, superb. Ideally can pick up on her again there. Empty, but still worthwhile taking. Right, AKL there's not moved too far. She's likely going to be dead in the water there. She doesn't burn out. We are seeing some ships out here. Allied AK. Those subs are bastards. Subs around trucks, supposedly. We are seeing actual ships down there to the south, which is intriguing there. Near New Caledonia, near Bella. Sometimes you don't get to see if there's actually an escort with the ship there, so there might have been something with it and we might have just bypassed it. Hard to say sometimes. We might have some information about it, so ideally we do. But that's good to see there's actually moving assets there and we actually do hit a tanker, that's nice. Even if we don't kill it, he's going to have to send it back to Pearl Harbor. We might have another shot at it then. He might send it to Midway, but we probably do have another shot at it. Seeing some assets near Port Blair, which is interesting. Right, 139's coming in here. 6 Key 43's defending. They do take a bit of flak there. Elements turning back, yeah. He's keeping this up. I'm surprised he didn't go for like an attack at night. He might have done that in the future, but he keeps that up because there's always that chance he does make it through. And he's likely going to lose those aircraft anyhow. I do know Palmetier. We did have one of our cruiser mine layers sunk by a bloody plucky submarine just off the coast of Malaya, which is rather annoying. We hit a American tanker. Something's just sank there. That's likely the AKL. So we got advanced. We had an AP and we had 2 AKLs over here with the torpedo boats. Just next to Sumatra. Seeing ships out that way. Okay. I'm very happy that we are at least seeing ships around Australia. That gives us that forewarning that we need there. Missions cancelled there. Missions cancelled. Bad weather around the area most of the time. The ships near Port Blair are interesting. Our ground forces should arrive at Clark. Sorry, no, they should arrive at Manila. Almost. I got used to saying Clark. Yes, there we go. So I do have the LRCAP, which is working out here. So we do have the zeros. Yes, they're driven away there, driven off. The zeros weren't required, but I did feel like it might have sent even more bombers out that way. But it did have these bombers actually set to... What were they set to? Naval attack? Absolutely air attack. Severe storms in that area. Worthwhile having there. I don't know if it was actually a naval attack there, I might have missed that. It looked like it was just an air attack, but I can't recall if it says air attack if it's on airfield attack. I forget which one it is, but it said air attack. Something else is just sank there. So he has the Tambor attacking our assets out here at Twangi. SunYan AKL out here. Now something else sinking is interesting. That could be that tanker. I mean, I don't think there was anything else hit. Maybe the submarine, but the submarine makes a different noise when it goes down. Was anything else hit during return? We had the 2 ships sank. That's likely that unit that was sank over there. They attacked the 4th SLF unit. Oh, was it a ground attack? I didn't quite read that. I'm trying to go through the motions pretty quick, as I do have another stream for us delivered in just over an hour. So I wanted to get through the turn so we can actually show it off, and have a little bit of time just to talk over it, really. So we do have our deliberate attack over here. Now, okay, so we see the 43rd Chinese Corps, we see the 8th Group Army. Yes, I'm doing a armor brigade stream for Slytherin. 6 while 8. So that'll be quite fun. Had I known that he had this little force, I would have gone for a shock attack. But they'll move on, we'll just obviously shock attack then into the next hex. So they're retreating there. Been lacking supply over here. So 185 casualties, 20 disabled, we inflict over 1,000 there, so 30 destroyed. Obviously, had I known that it was a weak force, I would have gone for a shock attack. But I'll do it for the land phase there. So, we do have a few things to take into consideration then, as to what is going on in the area. It seems like Australia's been, is becoming busy once again. We didn't have our AKL hit at Twangi, so ideally they unloaded the supplies there, and then we'll be able to pull them out this turn. I just move supplies out to Twangi just so I can have it made ready. I felt like having an aviation coy sent there. I think an aviation coy would be the safest method, inserted in via air if possible. The reason being, well, we avoid the submarines. You can see the submarines still in that area is interesting. It does reveal something to us, but he's probably had that actually routed out that way. Okay. 59 Field AA. I think we had another one arrive a turn before, actually. So I'm going to go ahead here. Save. Yeah, what did he write there? Yeah, burn down my house, and your wife rips down my stamps. What? Some of these names are getting really awesome. Does anybody know what that one might be alluding to? Because I can't figure that one out. And into the 23rd here. We're looking pretty good so far. Our forces, I'm going to say 99% chance they've arrived at Manila. Maybe they haven't due to some unforeseen circumstance. And did we actually have a air attacks at Manila today? No, it doesn't seem like it. But it doesn't have a humongous amount of engineers here, then, considering it's still at 11 damage. I don't think we flew it, but I might have missed it, actually, by being a little bit preoccupied. SS in there. Yeah, I'm considering potentially bringing in a few warships to this area, and maybe some naval bombers, actually, as well, to try and take care of these ships. I think a few cruisers in the area would be very much worthwhile, the effort there. Okay. So I do have, yes, so 10th Special Base Force has moved in. I shall do that shortly for. I know you have a fetish for it. Understandably so. It reveals quite a good bit of information about the game there. Okay, so I still have a 65th Brigade out of the 2nd Tank Regiment here. 65th Brigade is in combat mode, so I will have them arrive there. How you doing there, Pedge? Me watching this knowing basically nothing about World Pacific. That's fine. We'll take a look at the aircraft losses today. So a G4, a A24 Banshee, I remember those guys. I wonder if they're actually back at Moresby. They could be. We see Catalina went down to Ops losses. Ship sunk. Yeah, I mean, thankfully it wasn't worth that much, but it's still 35 mines I would have preferred to have actually used. Rather annoying, in all honesty. We do have a few ships over here. We did loot, however you want to pronounce that. I mean, these little APs, I mean, they're not bad at all. I mean, in all honesty, they have in their 500 troop capacity, 750 cargo. That's pretty good. That's pretty good in all honesty. They're not very fast, but they're cheap as hell. Durability is nothing to desire, but they're very small, 1,700 tons. They're useful, and they can actually carry... Oh no, they can't carry fuel. I thought they might have been able to carry a little bit of fuel there, but no, they actually do come in really quite handy, because you can actually go for like some risky operations with them. And you just diversify in the threat to your forces there. God, I can't speak right now. Okay. Looking good. Yep, our forces have arrived here in Manila, which is excellent. Now, I do have these forces that will be moving out of the area. The good news is I could actually have them in movement mode now if I so wish to do so. We have 1,644 assault value here at this moment in time. Obviously, we can increase that by having the 65th Brigade and the Tank Regiment join in. Fatigue there, 18, 28, 28. Disruptions up there. What I'm going to do here then is I'll have these forces move out into movement mode. Not 2nd Division, of course. Right, they can go into movement mode. I don't think we saw an actual air interception or air attack in Thailand this turn. We're going to have the artillery here. Artillery does have some fatigue and disruption, but that's fine. They'll recover it soon enough. They ain't got time to bleed. So we're going to open up them with the artillery here. Everybody else can actually just rest for the time being. We'll get that disruption and fatigue down by other units. Fatigue isn't going to go down tremendously quickly, but just get it down. Get that disruption down be nice. 35th there, 21st, obviously having 28, 28, 13, 13 isn't exactly great. It does also give the engineers some time to recover as well, which is not a bad thing. Yes, they are set to recover here. These independent engineer regiments do take a decent bit of pounding. I may potentially leave them leave them to recover for a little while and have them attack afterwards. After the first attack, perhaps. But then again, you want to get the fortifications down as much as you can, can't you? So that makes sense. I'm going to have 65th then move in movement mode. I can have the 2nd Tank Regiment move there. I'm not seeing any movement out from Bataan, which makes sense. He's not going to achieve anything over here at Clark. It's just not going to happen. We're building up to level 3 fortifications. I could probably leave it here at level 2 fortifications, but I'll need them in the future in all honesty, so might as well build them up while we are here. Supply is up to 48,000 at this moment in time, which is good. Okay. I think, right, yes, we do have the RF gun battalions here. So they're going to be defensive. The armor can move in there. They have recovered somewhat, they still have some fatigue, they still have some vehicles that are not quite ready. So it might be potentially worthwhile to have them just rest. I'm going to have them rest another day actually. Well, if I do that, I could have them in combat mode. And... yeah, I might as well move them in. Might as well move them over to Manila. There we go. The armor's fantastic because the armor can move very quickly. 65th I'd like over there. It does have some fatigue over here, but it'll be able to recover quickly enough. I was actually considering having them move into movement mode last turn, but I thought it was worthwhile having them remain in combat mode, and just in case he did try to move anything in here, so it's worthwhile. Surprised he hasn't attacked over here, but I'll take advantage of that. These units will be ordered to attack. These fellows will cancel their unload, remain on station, and then they will move over here to actually take another aviation unit out this way to Palawan Island. If you can hear something outside, that is a lawnmower. Not a low-flying aircraft. Okay. Right, second Raiden Regiment moving there. I might want to actually send out some destroyers to escort that. He still has some PT boats in the area. He doesn't know about it, which is good news, but he might have known about it beforehand. So we can't take it, essentially lying down, but he might not do anything. So let's see, the torpedo boats over here. Yeah, they still have a decent amount of fatigue. Sorry, not fatigue. Endurance. So I'm going to have them placed back into fast transport mode. We've not seen anything in the area, so it looks like we've got them. Mission accomplished. Oh, is it going to be like that? Okay, it's going to be like that. Well, actually, we still have 100. We have 135 men aboard. That's not too bad. There's only 2 squads over here. I could probably bring the H6. I don't know. But again, we don't have a H6K2Ls. Maybe H6K4s in the future. But then again, I'll have something sent out there to pick them up at a later date. There, really. I'm gonna have that sent out this way. You can refuel. I think the brigade should stay at Clark. He still has 2 tank battalions, 1 USN. No, we're not gonna need it there. Trust me. It's just. He's not going to be able to do it. The regiment of Marines, obviously it is a threat, don't get me wrong. He still has a tank battalion, sure. But they're not intact tank battalions. I'm not too sure how much damage they took. But even with that, Clark is ×3 terrain. We're going to have more AV moved in here. These engineers are going to remain in this position. We are going to continue to fortify. We do have the actual RF gun battalions. I mean, these are actually anti-tank guns, so that actually would be nice to be able to use them, really. I don't get a chance to use them otherwise. We do have that. We're going to have another special base force moved in here, which will bring us another 30 AV. We are going to have another couple of units moved in here, too. I'm going to have the... Are these guys moving back? These guys moving to Mauban. The regiment. Yes, the regiment's moving to Clark Field, so that's going to bring another 21 assault value back to Clark. So I'll have a little bit of a regiment, essentially like a battalion. And we'll have other forces. I'm going to build up that AV as we go on. But frankly, I don't think it's worthwhile. If it brings forces back, then I can have a tank regiment moved in there quickly enough. I don't think he'll be able to take it. It's just too difficult for him now. He has forces, but not a lot. Yes, we have this unit over here that's making its progress. Making its way down to Clark, which will bring another 30 AV there. Near enough 28. And they have some AT guns as well, which is nice. Other units will begin moving down there too. We have a battalion moving down there, so that's another 8 AV. These other units will be able to move out as well. So we'll have maybe about 100 or so AV there. Obviously then with the fortifications and with the actual terrain itself, that's going to be counted as more. So if he attacks, that's good. I'll have a unit sent there. I want to focus on taking Manila as quickly as possible, really. So all the AV I can bring to Manila is going to be very much welcomed. Okay. We're not going to lose Clark. It's good to be concerned, but I don't think I'm going to lose it. So we have ships over here, then. We do have that ship over here. Now, and you know what I love about that is it actually did have an adequate amount of escorts there. We had 3 sub-chasers here. 3 sub-chasers. You know what I mean? It's not as if I didn't have anything. And it's like ocean shallow. I'm thinking, oh, this should be alright there. It's a port that hasn't been used for a little while now. And but he's still waiting for me. And these guys weren't even that slow either. They have a decent amount of maneuverability. The other one might have been a different class. Who knows. Well, while he's in the ocean shallow, I'll have you put into port there. We'll actually put you to ASW mission. And I can go ahead and try to punish him. We did see that we hit a sub in that area, so who knows, we might have a chance to continue that. Right, he's moving east. So I'll set a patrol there. Now, I need to see if we had any mines cleared there. I might have missed it. I'm hoping that we had mines cleared. Otherwise, I'm going to be very annoyed. Still seeing mines here. Did we have those mines cleared? Or does it come up as a combat report? Does it come up as an ops report? Well, I'm not seeing any mines being cleared, so apparently we're going to have some issues regarding the bloody minesweepers being annoying. Unless I missed something here. I don't know why they wouldn't. Hey, did I have no map? Good to have you, my friend. I mean, these guys are only minesweeping. I don't know why they're not doing it. Maybe they need to be in a patrol mode, then. Maybe they do need to be in a patrol. Should have probably had some units actually in patrol, so we could have seen there. But it looks as though we've had no mines cleared, which is a waste of time. That's a day wasted, unfortunately. You'd think being in the minesweeping mode, they just do it. It is suggesting there are mines. We know there's mines because they actually did run into some not too long ago. So, shipyard is at 35,000 tons capacity then. Supply there. Fuels obviously there because we have a HI online today. Okay. Ah yes, it will take another day for them to arrive here. I mean, this will act like a nice bait. He might have a think there's actually a force aboard there, but he should be able to see there's no troops aboard that. As far as I'm aware, maybe he won't be able to, who knows. We do have our forces over here then. Right, they're loading supplies right now, that's good. Okay, I can tell them to cut loading supplies and get their asses moving. So we'll be launching the invasion of Java then imminently. These forces will arrive here at Oosthaven, and I'll be able to have a regiment moved across. We'll have paratroopers dropped over here. We'll have the main body land over here. We'll have the second body land down here at Semarang. I'm seeing cruiser mine layers here, so I could probably go ahead and start up in naval strikes in the area to try and drive anything in the area away. We are seeing aircraft here, 10 auxiliaries. We are seeing fighters and bombers. Fighters, bombers over here, 19 of them at Batavia. So he feels like something's going to be going on over here. I could try to, and it could be good to actually suppress that airfield. We'll see what we have available. I did have these Dinas shifted in here. I might even have them on... actually, I don't think they can do ASW, it seems. But I might have them reduce that altitude down to 2,000 feet to make it a little bit easier to spot any enemy submarines, perhaps. That could be useful there. Okay. So, I do have these units. One of them is being picked up by transports and being taken to Palembang. We do have our units over here. We can see that units are moving north via the rail lines now. The Imperial Guard, 4th Division, 33rd Division there. Our recovering 21st Independent Brigade there recovering. The tank regiment, sorry, the infantry regiment has moved out. Apologies about the lawn by outside. It's kind of annoying actually. Ideally it's not too loud. And it's done, thank God for that. Yeah, so we have 114th Regiment there moving north to Taiping, so they should likely arrive at Taiping. It looks to be secondary rail. I think it's about 150 miles on secondary rail. I can't remember exactly what it is on secondary rail. But I know it's not too far for them to actually go there, so they should arrive at Taiping soon enough. It'll take some time for them to unload, but they can then begin moving out to Georgetown. And we'll have our division reunited at Georgetown then, we'll be good to go. Let's make sure that I... Right, those are the forces at Kijo. 55th here then. Right, so one of their regiments is over there at Oosthaven. I can have it sent north and to join them in the near future. 5th Division. Right, so we have 5th Reconnaissance over here at Singapore, that's moving north. We have 42nd Infantry Regiment moving back over here as well. It's going to take a little while for the 42nd Infantry Regiment to move out there due to the bloody terrain. It really ties them up for a long time. but we'll eventually get out there, and we'll have them moving north. I don't mind that. I can always have them reformed as a division of the north over here. It's not a problem. So seeing 2 ships over here, I'd like to do something about that if we could, moving east. Right, we see assets here. I wonder if he's actually reinforced that. Hey, doing that, Carl, because I have you, my man. Not a tremendous amount. We had a cruiser mine layer hit by a sub and sank, unfortunately. It was only about 1 victory point or something like that. We have spotted some activity off Australia. We did hit a tanker, a US tanker, between Midway and Pearl. Few little skirmishes, nothing really tremendous, actually. Right, we have our forces here. Okay. Didn't see an attack today. We are building the amount of supply we have here too. I do have this division marching north. They're in combat mode right now. I think I'll leave them in combat mode. We'll see. Not checked on the spies as of yet. Might be doing that a little bit later on. I do have a stream in about 15 minutes, so I'm going to have to keep this pretty concise. I'll try and go through things. Right, we have the keys there. Yeah, the issues we are seeing supply. What I'm actually doing here is I'm flying the 7th JAF Koi over here. I'm not too sure. I'm going to have them begin marching in combat mode, actually, so they don't move out from the base very quickly, but so they do actually begin moving out. Actually, no, I can have them in movement mode. It's only secondary road there anyway. But I wanted to get some aviation down here to Mulmian, so I can actually make use of that for something. I would have had them flown directly to Mulmian, but I'm not entirely sure if I can do that. So what I'd like to do is get a Koi in there and actually base some fighters out there, be able to run a cap, and then at least can actually protect our assets moving in there. 6 RTA will be moving north tomorrow. No, I think they'll be moving north on the 25th of January to Bangkok. It should be is that secondary rail, so they'll be there pretty soon, maybe within a day or two. So maybe 26th, maybe 27th of January, and that means we'll be able to get these forces marching out then. Okay. How you doing, man? Just Eat's good to have you, my friend. I always feel like saying just eat. It's getting hard to avoid saying that. Okay, so we have 14th Tank Regiment. These guys are heading north to Thailand, so they can actually move across via the roads over there. Also, with them being armoured, they'll move quickly. These guys heading to Taiping. Of course, I thought we had something else in the rail. Or was it further to the north? Field construction there, that's moving to Chiang Mai. These guys, 7th Army moving north then, so it looks like, yep, they're going to begin their journey. How's the rest of the armor actually set off as of yet? That's why. So we do have these tank regiments over here. You're going north, you're going north, you're going... oh, you should have actually been told to head down here to Taiping, actually. Hey, doing that, Apollo? Potato, good to have you, my friend. Yeah, we've had Singapore about 3 days now. Yep. First strike at the mainland is, or is it Homeland? I forget which is the name of the series, but it's not the THG series. Right. I might have to, I don't know how I can make it, I don't know, maybe there's other ways to make it a little bit more clear. He's moving infantry down here. That's interesting. Somewhat concerned, but I can definitely deal with that. Yeah, don't worry about it, man. It's pretty close together. We are getting to a point now where the actual games will definitely look different. As we do have our forces here. So we see cores, yeah, we see 2 there, see 1 there. We do have some information on SunYan right now. Not a lot, but apparently there's 1 unit there. I doubt that. Ideally that unit, I mean they're not great with reconnaissance, but that's fine. We'll pick up on things as we go along. I'd like to have a division maybe spread out along here, but I have units moving this way. What I'd say is... I'm not going to be tremendously long here with the stream. So you'll be able to catch up. Right, have them follow actually. Alter that mode. So they should be moving there. Yep, there we go. So we know that is something I can shock attack. There's another unit there, but I'll be able to shock attack that in the rough terrain and then move into clear terrain. So while we have these problems over here, I've been moving into the clear terrain. So what I'll do even is actually jump across into the clear terrain, which would be excellent news. It will be a bit... I don't know, I don't think it's going to have that many... I don't think it'll have that much in the way of force. Oh, there you go. So we actually have divisions in place, which is excellent. Oh, excellent. Okay. I'm going to have them set to shock attack. Have them in combat mode. Make sure they're all planning for target, which is Nanyang. Right, there we go. You're concerned about supply here, but that's fine. Yeah, so this is good. So we have 2,217 assault value here in clear terrain. We have a hell of a lot of tanks. Hell of a lot of tanks there. Yeah, 77, 6, 80, 88, 75, 55, 54. Why is that unit weakened? Oh, it's not a very large unit to begin with. How odd. How odd. That'll recover in time, but anyway. But no, that's looking excellent. We do, of course, then... There's a little bit of artillery here. Not a lot, but a little bit of artillery. We do have a headquarters support, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4 divisions. We have tanks. We'll be able to take Nanyang this turn. And ideally deal some damage. How strong is the Japanese armor division? Well, we don't have armor divisions. These are armored regiments. The thing is with the Japanese is, well, you look at who they would actually fight in at this point here. And that really gives you a clue. And for the most part, Japanese armor production was never anything really. I mean, it was slightly ramped up. Slightly ramped up. A lot of tankettes were actually produced for China, however, because they were actually effective. But yeah, it's nothing comparable to Allied forces. But then again, a tank might be crap compared to like another tank. But if it penetrates, it'll do the job. And that's all that matters, really. Terrain obviously being a big consideration. No, we don't have the assets to form the division. They arrive much later on, so don't worry about it. Like, these guys will not arrive. I mean, this one will be able to be reformed. I could probably have the 1st Tank Division formed. Well, yes, we'll have it this year. But that's 148 turns, 157 turns. It's a long time. It's a long time. So don't worry about it. Okay. So these assets here. Just moved into the area. Okay. Now I'm going to need a garrison here. Actually, I don't know what the... No, I don't think there's actually a garrison requirement there. I might want to leave something behind there just to make sure it doesn't fall. Even in combat mode, it'll be fine there. I do have your headquarters there as well. I could do with a unit there to actually move out and make sure that is covered, in all honesty. So I'll get a unit moving out now. I didn't expect all the infantry to be there as soon, actually. So I'll have the temporary brigade march out of here. I do have divisions in that area. Well, this is it. I mean, they're not amazing, but they're still good. If the enemy doesn't have decent defenses or the appropriate amount of support, they can still cause a lot of problems. So that's always a good thing. And we do have our Armoured Fist over here, so we have 1,318 Assault Value, which is finally in position now. We also do have the Armoured Cars, and a little bit of Mortars, then why not? So what we're going to do then is march the north here, and this will launch the next road towards Xi'an. So we're going to have all this operation mode set to follow. There we go. China doesn't capitulate, China just crumbles. You can't force China to capitulate, you just have to destroy her, really. It can be done, and it will be done. Right, so we have the first army here. They're going to move in. I'm going to have them move alongside as well. They can be in combat mode when these other forces are in combat mode. We do have the mortars here as well. Everybody following the mixed brigade there. No countries will capitulate unless completely defeated. Right, it's not that kind of game when it measures that. So we do have the 26th Division. I suppose you could argue there's a form of capitulation by them, by the auto victory, but hey, did they claim? Not yet. Not yet, my friend. Right. Have him rest there. A little bit light on the ground there, but he doesn't have a lot to move in there. Forces would be able to move in there to free it up. I did actually have a unit arrive here. Yes, it was the 16th Infantry Brigade there, which is able to form the 69th Division. Oh, so you're over here. You've actually just arrived in position, but that's good. They can actually move out to link with each other. If I take a look over here, then that mixed brigade would be nice to get out there. Yes, it's IJ infantry. And that 69th Division is not going to be that strong, really. But actually, no, it's going to be, yeah, it'll be alright, yeah. And it's mixing them there, so it'll be, yeah, well, that's it. I might as well get it moved out. low experience and morale there. Well, not low. Wow, their morale's pretty good there. I'll have you start being shifted out, Ben. Have you shifted out there? We can link up there. So the terrain here, then, is rough terrain. I think it's a defeated unit, however. I'm going to have them plan to deliberate attack, just so I'm not going crazy here. He shouldn't, in theory, head this way. He probably will. But that doesn't particularly matter. We have another rail line here anyway. Right, still moving there. That swamp is awful. So ideally the mixed brigade in the shock attack will be able to deal with them. I might even have that unit just kept there. But no, I might as well get it moved out to Shanghai so I can actually make use of it. But all I'll do then is have some units moved around here, even if I can. I'll have to do that after the fact. Make sure. Yeah, so that's interesting. So we are seeing a unit over here. Now, in Hong Kong, I have 45 assault value. There is the north, 16 assault value there. In Canton, we have 888. We do have a division here. We have the mixed brigades, and we also have the infantry battalions here as well. So we do have the means to defend ourselves here. Hong Kong is ×4 terrain. Canton is also ×4 terrain. This, however, is clear terrain. It might be worthwhile to actually move the division into this hex here then. But I can actually have a division broken up. We have no problems, really. I'm thinking of a way to play with a player to change the game. Oh, China against Japan. Oh, Japan against China. Well, it's one of those where it doesn't particularly... I don't know, I mean, you can kind of do as you please with house rules, so if it's something you want to try, then you can definitely go ahead and try that. Right, so we have our assets being loaded up over here, the actual construction units. Yep, they're loaded. So, yeah, no, it's not a bad idea. I mean, this is it. We do have a 6th GNAF over here, these guys moving in, so they'll move in. We'll have Loblen on the 24th, perhaps, which is good news. And what we'll be able to do then is get the headquarters, the actual, well, not the flotilla, but I always get it wrong. I always talk about that flotilla there, but I'm going to have that air fleet headquarters moved down there then. Have engineers spread out here. I do need supplies moved down to that area. They're spotted. I don't like them being spotted, but obviously it's due to the fact that he does have aviation out here. So we're running reconnaissance over, however you want to say that one. Not seeing anything there. And Cebu. He's actually moving forces over here then. That's actually interesting to see then. Huh. That actually does suggest something. It looks like he might be trying to pull out of that area then. We'll have to take a look at the other bases in Mindanao. I could do with actually having more naval forces move to that area then, just to prevent any sort of fallback. I do have these forces here as well. So what I'll be able to do then is, yeah, I mean, this is it. He's aware that BBs are down here. He's aware there's a lot of force down here. I'll have the light cruisers and a couple of destroyers then sent out this way. Make sure we can try and prevent any breakouts. Right, let's go ahead and take a look down. Hello there, Salt Delivery. Good to have you, my man. Let's just take a look down here at Australia. So we see 3 ships here then, supposedly. Patrol craft here, supposedly 3 ships. I think we saw more ships doing the actual replay, which was interesting. I mean, those could, of course, be ASW assets. Could be like an ASW task force. He can, of course, form them, and he will form them. So that's interesting. I'd like to check that out. I would very much like to check that out. I do have a couple submarines in the area, but I could have moved there to check that out. Kind of forgot about giving those guys orders there, it seems. So I do have my fast transports. What I decided to do, these were 3 PPs that were actually at Rabal, but I decided, you know, actually it's a good idea to get them headed down here to Lagi. We saw there's plenty of submarines out here, so I figured it would be very dangerous to head back this way. But I do have you guys here, so that's excellent news. And this is really good. So I can get the 1,000 supply here into the Shotlands. I'll have NTD actually used. I could probably have NTD potentially used to escort the PPs. Not that the PPs need that escort. His carriers are likely down here. Likely in that area. If they're not in that area, they're likely heading back to the Pacific. So we see ships out here, then supposedly still attacked, but I saw an AK actually listed, and it suggested 2 ships there as well. We'll have forces being used to deal with that. Well, this is it, because we're playing a game with very little rules, and he's not daft. He knows how and where to be aggressive. It nearly cost him last time, but he got really nice results, to be honest, and he had a lot of forces, which is, oh well, we'll get him. We'll get him. Right. So we are seeing the aircraft over here awake. I'm not seeing the actual ships anymore. Okay, so I do have that supply there. They're likely going to be attacked, but I do have a little bit of supply in there. What I'm going to do is actually get them moving. Though, actually, I mean, I could have them unload, but the question comes down to are they actually going to make it. It's only a Kisui, so it's only worth 1 point there. But if I don't know, we'll see. I might change my mind on that one. If it survives, I'd be quite happy. But even if it goes down, it's not worthwhile losing it. But we don't get a choice on that one. Maybe I should just wait there. Who knows? Let's see. I could potentially disband the port Senator, so he could potentially attack there. There's no port there. So, we'll see. I could potentially, any use of radio intelligence in this game. Yeah, there's use. You've been watching, man. You've been watching. You've seen it. Like, ours is inferior to the Americans. The Americans have their magic. So we get some signal intelligence reports out here, but nothing much. Heavy volume of radio transmissions detected at Melbourne, Intriguing, Pago Pago, Fairbanks, Perth and San Francisco. We also see radio transmissions detected at Wake Island. So we are seeing assets being detected down here at Melbourne, but I'm not seeing ships there. But we know he has mines. Ooh. Perth's intriguing. That might suggest it's worthwhile actually having subs sent out that way. Which is an understatement there. Okay. So we did have a tanker hit along here. And you were actually heading out that way, so that was actually quite a bit of luck there. Ah, that's true there, Doom. But you'll be able to see it shortly enough. Hey, doing that optimistic? Good to have you, my man. Yes, radio intelligence is crazy good. Yeah, oh, absolutely. It is incredible compared to ours. Okay. Let's see, how's Raphael doing? Oh, yeah, there we go. Raphael has finally been repaired then. Oh, that's excellent news. We do have 10,000 tons now of supply in Raphael. That's great news. And we'll be able to build the airfield up once again. Very nice. Okay. I'm happy about that. So I do need to refuel the I-10. We do have 4,000 units of fuel in the port now. We do have more unloading there. Does he have, importantly though, does he have detection over here? He does it right now, which is excellent. That is really good there. So he may not know the base is actually repaired now. Okay. Excellent. How far are we at Ley? We're at 87% over here at Ley, so we're not too far out. Yep, you can see these fast transports are heading back to truck to go ahead and pick up additional supply. I do have some ACMs moving into Raphael there. I might have some ACMs moving down to there to Ley. I don't particularly need them here at Raphael, so I think an ACM can look after about 150 mines. But having more mines in the air would be nice. But I might have it potentially moved into Raphael, considering it should be safer. But yes, there are submarines in this area that I do have to take serious note of. RO60 there. Very low in fuel, but it should make it into Raphael and be good there. So yeah, we need ASW flights out here. It was good to see that there is a definite submarine threat out here in the Solomon Sea. Frankly, I'm not going to be moving much in the way of ships out here. We'll have ships actually just head out that way and then back to truck in the future. What I need to do is... I might have supply just dropped off at Kaviang and then from Kaviang move to Raphael perhaps. Or even to the bases. Could go around that way, but yeah, it's dangerous. I mean, in the future, what might be worthwhile doing is just having supply brought in down this way, but it's going to be difficult no matter what. In time, we'll be able to get the ASW squadrons out here and drive out the submarines. That'll be quite nice. Just got the Moses out here. Yeah, we had moved H6K2Ls in here. Well, with the base actually fully repaired, we'll be good to go. We do have these aircraft being repaired here. Fatigue's fine. That's good. G3M2's being repaired there. Okay. So we do have 5 more zeros in the pool once again. And there we go. And damage will be repaired there shortly enough. The good news is I suppose the aircraft have had some time to actually recover the actual damage on the actual airframes themselves. That's not too bad. No, I'm glad that it's finally repaired, but I'm really quite glad about it. I'd like more AV here, in all honesty. I do have my submarines moving back into port here. So what I'll probably do then is actually have those submarines, we'll have them move down this way. The rowboats, and I'll probably have used elsewhere perhaps. But they're not too bad to actually have potentially round the Timor Sea out further sea for Darwin. How you doing there, Banshee? This is Gregory VanHouten's War in the Pacific Admirals Edition. This is a play-by-email game that we've not doing for some time now. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why we didn't clear any mines here then, so we'll try setting them to an actual patrol. It's rather annoying because they should be doing that. Ah, it's a really good game. It's an excellent game. I am using a map mod here, so it does make it look significantly better than the base game, but it's a fantastic game. You're definitely going to get an incredible amount out of it. You're playing the Pacific War one day at a time. You play that in two... well, yeah, you play in the night phase and day phase. You have an AM air phase, you have a PM air phase. Night phases, bombardment phases, etc. Right. So, let's see. Yeah, just need to be patient indeed. So our oil production is increasing there. We're not too far away being able to actually match that of our refineries. Obviously we had a slight increase, let's say, heavy industry. So looking excellent. It's looking good. Go ahead and check here. Yes, this is the 23rd of January 1942. We've been at war now for 48 days, and it's been a very interesting war. We are playing a very experienced player. We are playing a game here with very little in the way of rules, and we have paid for it, but I will be able to make him pay as well. Okay. I'm actually really tempted to get some 4K TV monitors. Well, TVs that you use as monitors in the future, actually. That'd be nice. And the cool thing is that I could probably have maybe a larger resolution used on streaming, perhaps. I don't know if I'd be able to manage that. I'd have to see. I'd have to see if there's anything larger than HD. No, I'd probably not record well. No, probably not record well now. Oh well. The game doesn't play very well with that sort of size, does it? So it's fine. Right, we have our forces here then. So we'll have 25th, 12th, 23rd, 11th, 110th. Obviously they're accompanying artillery and support. Now the thing I'm lacking over here is actually headquarters support. I do have... yeah, that was something I should have actually kept on moving there. So that's my bad there. They're not going to have the core support there. I don't think they potentially need it. There's only one unit here. Let's see. This is Wooded Rough. I could have them in a shock attack. I don't think I will go for the shock attack. It's 2,212 AV there. They have 1,238 guns of varying caliber. They'll be able to manage it, I'm sure. Plenty of engineers. Yeah, that's a good number of divisions. They'll be able to handle that. So we are closing in on SunYan now, which is looking excellent. I do have two divisions moving north here to Hankow. I think I'll potentially have them used to help clear up the enemy forces around here, really. Okay. Let's see. Seen task forces here, here, here. Out here as well. Around here. Nothing else. So they can pick those troops up. How many? Yes, there's only a couple squads there. Yeah, I did have... so I'll have to go ahead and... I can have them sent down south to actually go ahead and intercept them. But it might be easy just to have something sent out from Palembang at this rate and have these guys retire to Palembang to refuel, rather than have them chase. But, I don't know, it depends really. They'd be able to catch up, I'd imagine. But it's not like it's going too far. I might actually have naval attack actually set up for this turn. Seeing these ships over here is nice. It does give us something we can actually take there. Okay. Unloading more supply over here to Marine. Yep. Well, in this game, we had our Pearl Harbor cancelled by Admiral Dadman being a bit gamey, but we've been a bit gamey too. But yes, you typically do have Pearl Harbor carried out. I mean, Erkkijuusto is over here a truck right now. And the good news is we are undergoing repairs while we are here. So we do have cargo. Here. Yeah, Soru, Shokaku, Zuikaku, Akagi. We are resizing here as we were, which is excellent. So, how are we looking now today? So, we're at 53.0 still, 28 ready now this day. Need a pilot here, but yeah, you can see that we'll have another 22 ready shortly. Another 3 there from the reserves moving in there. So, you can see the Shoho squadrons are being built up. The Akagi squadron doesn't really matter because it can't be resized. The Shoho squadrons are the ones that matter right now. Which is good. I still have this squadron over here, the Thailand KUS. And, yep, they're all repaired and good to go. So, I need to decide when I want to actually have this squadron. I'm not entirely sure if I need it for Java. I don't think we need it for Java. I think we have sufficient numbers of Key 43s to actually allow us to be pretty much good to go there. It'd be nice to actually have them in Indochina. I mean, would it be bad to have them out here, but I don't think I need them out here. I don't think it's worthwhile. So, the likely place to go then is going to be Indochina. I mean, 50 zeros moved, 50 so zeros moved to Indochina, alongside the other zeros that we're going to have in Indochina would give us 100 zeros or so to use there. Worst mistake I ever made was moving them via rail. Regret about every single time I look, but they'll be repaired short enough. At least the good news is they've had a lot of mandatory, well, enforced rest, and so that has reduced the amount of fatigue there on them. Imperial Guard there, so yeah, they're recovering there. 4th Division, I'll recover soon enough. Yeah, they have a lot of support here, which is excellent. Support there. Support required is only 71. Yeah, it was rather annoying, actually. It was rather fun. Oh dear. Okay. Yeah, we're looking pretty good here. Okay, so that's all I've got time for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope to see you again in the future. Big thank you to my patrons. I will be streaming for Slivering Games shortly. Wow, is that when I started? It's 6th of August. Wait, that 6th of August is today, isn't it? What the hell am I on about? I don't even know what day it is anymore. I thought you were actually linking there the original stream, and I'm thinking, wait a minute. I don't have a THD turn as of yet, actually. Oh dear. I'm not on it. I'm not with it today. But yes, I shall see you guys in the future. Thank you for watching so very much. And if you have enjoyed this, potentially do subscribe here on YouTube and follow here on Twitch. If you guys have really enjoyed my content, perhaps consider becoming a $1 patron. That'd be excellent. No, he'll probably get it back to me soon enough. I don't particularly mind. He'll get it back when he gets it back. We've got the Dadman game to play, so that's fine by me. Until next time, thank you for watching. I shall see you in the future. I assume in a sigh. Sayonara, Jane. I will see you in the future. Goodbye for now.